What's up, you guys? Good morning. It's Ali, your eccentric, your favorite eccentric SLO-mad. Welcome back to my channel. Where's Ali? I am here. Thought I'd go live. Beautiful mosque right in front of me, but the park is pretty quiet. I was exploring a different side of the city because I'm looking at potential apartments and just trying to get a feel for places because they tell you or there's information places not to stay in, and I kind of want to see for myself, is it as bad? I mean, this park is actually really clean. I actually want to go try this little doojobby out. But we'll walk this way a little bit. Sorry about that, you guys. Walked up on this area, and definitely should not film over in their areas. I ain't trying to get in trouble in another country. Okay. So, what I want to talk today is just really accommodations, things that, or a thing that I've heard being a scam here specifically. So it's not something I've heard in a lot of other places, but here. And whether or not I think you should watch out for it, pay attention to it, be aware of it. And I came through here earlier. I wanted to tell you guys, and it was empty. The birds weren't even here this morning, and I wasn't even that early. Actually, there's a coffee shop on the other side. Let me go see if the coffee shop is nice for me to sit in this time of day. So, hey, I am talking about finding accommodations in Turkey, just in general. I've been in 3 cities so far, currently in Istanbul, and just want to share my experience with you guys. So this is my direct experience. This is not information pulled from other YouTubers or anything. There's the birds. They're like, we don't want to talk to you, ma'am. You don't have no seeds. They usually have a person out around these places selling seeds. You can actually get some seeds and throw them down, and people do all their video shoots here. And we're gonna mull through. There's a coffee shop attached to the mosque that seems like it's maybe an unknown. It seems like a lot of people know about it. There's a heavy police presence. They actually have militia type guns. Let's see. Somebody gave them some goodies. I'll find some goodies and treats and feed them later. I like my coffee like I like my YouTube live, people. What does that mean? Striker. Fungus. Y'all got some interesting names. I ain't gonna lie to you. What would you do if when you, okay, so he said, huh? What? I'll let you guys know. I just kind of start making sure that I share this, and that is a heavy police presence. one of the things that I forgot what I was gonna say. You guys see the historical tram?
Geçtim.
I don't have so many people walking in front of the video. There's nobody on the tram today. It must not be open yet. But this is the plaza area, and you'll see actually the cops over there with real guns. Okay. All right, y'all. Let me go over here and see if this coffee shop is open. If not, we'll go to one of these other ones. I was just trying to go to one that isn't busy. The meal of choice is cement and corn and walnuts. Those are walnuts. I think there's a coffee shop. I mean, listen, I came by here earlier. There was like no people out here. Let me see. I think the coffee shop is over here. Yeah. Nobody be up at this coffee shop. So we're gonna go here. So yeah, you get out of the bustle, you guys don't get to people watch as much, but it's a little bit easier to hear since I'm actually going to do like a real video. So this is the museum. They have chai and you name it. It's beautiful. Oh, there it is. Can we go on that one? Let's go on this one. Yeah, it's quiet over here. All right, y'all. Hold on. Let me just get a coffee. Water. Always gonna need water. I don't need any of this stuff because I've had so much. Oh, maybe I'll sit inside. It's quiet. I think I'll get a tea. Okay, so just taking you guys with me as I'm getting a few things.
Abi bir şey soracağım.
I can't read everything that they have there, but they got some treats and different things like that. So
Aynı yere kessin, sadece
I'm
ürünü
gonna
ayrı
grab a
kessin.
tea.
Doğru mu?
I should grab one of these little. Bear with me, you guys. Bear with me. I'm just gonna get a Turkish tea.
O zaman bir şey dökün.
So yeah, I want to talk today about is it easy or hard to find accommodations and some of the things that you should look out for when you are looking for accommodations. So, like I said, I've been in Antalya. I've been in Izmir. I didn't stay in Izmir long. Sorry, y'all. I hate when my lives are so unorganized, but I thought I was just going to sit down outside, but it's super crowded, so it's going to be loud and glitchy and all of that. So anyway, yeah, I want to share with you guys my direct experience with with trying to find accommodations.
Şuradan ben çıkıyorum. Geleceğim. Bir şey olursa latte hazır.
Waiting for someone to assist me. I don't know if they do that or not here.
Latte hazır.
All right, you guys, hold on. Can I have a cappuccino and this water?
One water, one cappuccino.
Yes.
90 lira.
They take card everywhere to you guys. And it's nice because you let you sit.
Okay.
Go sit in here. No problem. Okay, yeah, it's quiet. Ooh, look at this. I'm gonna sit over here by the, ooh, should I sit there or should I sit there? I'm gonna sit here. Although I do want to take out my laptop and work on it. Yeah, we'll sit over here. Okay, so y'all, let's talk. I apologize for all of my movement. My movement. So yeah, one of the things that I was told, you guys, is that, and I mean, I normally shuck this stuff off. Like, I am big and bad about, yeah. You get that everywhere. Yeah. There's scams everywhere. Yeah. That's me. That's me. Like, I am that person. Like, okay, I've been to a lot of places, and the concept of be careful and it's a scam, I think comes up everywhere. Well, not everywhere. I don't get that in Asia, not like I get in other places. And so I was told for accommodations, normally we hear about taxis and, be mindful when you're getting in a taxi, if they're, start their meter, where they start their meter, all this kind of stuff. And I had no issues. Everybody started at 20. And it calculated however they calculated. Whether or not that's rigged, I don't know. I can't figure that out. So I didn't have any issues there. In Talia, I would say I don't think that I had any issues with anybody, thank you. I don't know if I have to go get my own cappuccino or not. I just heard him say cappuccino. Hey, you guys, I'm sorry. Like, I got my contacts on, but I can't see. I don't have my I don't have my reading contacts on. I got my in the streets contacts. So yeah, so I didn't have any specific issues with noticeable issues with those types of things. I don't think when I was in Antalya, which was nice because it's nice to not have to experience that. Where I am right now is 5 in the morning. What's up, Diamond? Good morning, you guys. It is almost 1 p.m. For me here. Let me see if I need to go get my cappuccino. I'm gonna wait because they took somebody else there, so I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna be patient. I'm gonna exercise some patience. Okay, so let me go because maybe they don't deliver. Maybe they only deliver if you're outside. Maybe it's self-service. Okay. So let's just walk over here and see if I just need to get it myself. Is this? Thank you. I should have taken some cubes from, or this brown sugar. So first place I've seen with brown sugar. Yeah, look at that. That wine. Y'all know I love a good wine. Okay. This is what happens when the lives are in live effect. Oh, and there's Wi-Fi. Hold on. Let me see what the Wi-Fi is. I'll just take one. Okay. So, all right. So I know everybody dropped off. I apologize. Thank you guys for subscribing. Sorry y'all. I've been using all of my data on lives, and whenever I can get Wi-Fi, I try to get Wi-Fi and sign on. Um, so yeah. Okay, so one of the things that so what I was talking about before was the accommodations thing, and or just anything. Did I experience any issues or anything like that? And I honestly will tell you that I don't think I experienced anything that was overt. And oh yeah, I did have one issue in Natalia. I ended up staying for a month in an apartment in a local area, which I always do, all the time, y'all, all the time. So this, really didn't feel any different, except it did. But I always am that person. Ignore it, ignore it. Don't bring my baggage with me. Don't carry all of that stuff everywhere. Every people are not the same, and yada yada. That's me. I am that person. I do walk around with not rose-colored glasses, but let's give it a go. Let's just see what happens. Let's let the world prove me wrong. That's me, right? Where it comes to, hold on, you guys, I'm gonna rosy up my cheeks a little bit so that it looks good for the camera. And so one night, I went to the local, there's a little store, they call them BIM, and BIM is like a mini Aldi for those of us in the States, y'all. Hey Tyrone, hey Kings County, good morning, you guys. Where you guys checking in from? Okay, let me, I'm sorry, I meant to do this earlier. Let me give my quick little disclaimer about etiquette on my channel. If you're popping on saying any obtuse things, sexual things, cursing, anything like that, I will delete and block you right away. I've had a lot of that lately. And that's just not my thing. So it should be trying to block anyone who is putting those types of things on. If not, I try to catch them and delete them. If y'all happen to see it, just let me know, because we like to keep this clean. And I know you get people, you can't help who comes on your lives, but I can help who stays, okay? And 7 billion people in the world. I am not going to miss blocking anybody. All right, so we'll get that out the way. My neck rolls in the morning. What's up, y'all? Okay, so anyway, so I was in Antalya and I was staying in a local area. So this is me talking about accommodations and scams and stuff like that. Is any of this stuff true? And how I, what's up, Dallas? What's up, Dallas in the building? And so how I normally kind of look at things in life is really like, everybody say that. Everybody say that. And being a melanated solo woman traveler, I know that I know to be mindful, be careful. My head is on a swivel. That's why we can roll our necks again. No, just like, so I already know. I already know all of this stuff. I'm not young. A lot of people may not realize my age. I'm gonna do a whole video on this misconception of, trying to expect people to be where we want them to be without knowing their story. We're gonna do a video on that. Lake City, Florida. Love and light. Thank you so much, Pumpkin. And okay, hold on. I gotta put my reading glasses. Y'all gonna be so mad at me because I am never gonna get through this video. Hold on. Oh, and then I'm gonna have to plug up my phone too. Would you jiggy? Because I think my battery is dying. Hold on, y'all. Let me put my because I'm in a library. Let me put my library specs on. Okay, so while I'm doing this, let me go ahead and get my tripod and stuff because I gotta plug my phone in. You guys, one of of the things I wish they would design cell phones a little bit better is to put the charger at the top. Because if you're sitting your phone down or you're doing anything, you can't charge your phone when it's sitting on something flat. That's one of the things I realized that nobody has gotten right. Like they put it at the bottom of the phone, so if it's sitting on something, or if I finally got it propped, it has to be elevated. So you always have to have some sort of tripod, which I normally do anyway. But I'm just saying, for those who do not walk around like myself, boom, boom. Wow, I love this metal, a metal phone holder. Put it on the desk. It's even got a weighted thing to kind of keep it from tilting. It's metal because I break these. I have probably like 4 of these connectors for my tripod, but nobody makes them in metal. I'll put the link. I'm gonna open up my Amazon store again, you guys. I used to have a store, but I'm gonna at least get my referral links back out for you guys. But this is amazing. What's up, New Zealand in the building? Hey, hey. Before I get into my story, y'all, since I'm all off track and we saying, hey, is there anything else you guys want to know? I'm in Istanbul right now. Hola from New Zealand. And a different way to text to stop repetitive strain injury. Okay. All right, y'all coming. Thank you for the love. Thank you. All right, y'all. I got on my library glasses because if y'all didn't see when I walked in, I'm in the mosque. Oh, hold on, I can flip it. I'm in the mosque cafeteria, cafe, coffee shop. It's empty in here. I saw this earlier. I was like, oh, I can come in here. I could actually come in here and work every day. Stop the presses. Holla at your girl. Okay. Anyway. I am doing great. Is it safe there for women? You are in Turkey. What's the food like and the weather? Am I Muslim? No, I am not Muslim. Okay, Eliza, we're going to talk about all that. Thank you. You hit okay, so I was going to talk about scams and things that I've experienced here in Turkey firsthand, my experiences. So this is not like me regurgitating what some other creator or something like that said. This is straight from me, what I walk down the street and have experienced. And I'm gonna tell you guys something else, that I have this energy draw, some sort of magnetic draw. Like, these places are completely empty. Every time I go somewhere, and I am not trying to hype myself up, but it has been like this for like all my life. All my life I had to find. Anyway, I walk in a place completely empty, and I swear as soon as I go in, like, then there's a million people. I don't know. Call it what you want to call it. Boom. Okay, so let's talk. All right, so let me, Eliza, I'm gonna answer your question in a multitude of ways, because I also want to talk about this accommodation thing, because that's something that just happened recently and is continuously happening, and part of the reason why I'm struggling here in Turkey. So anyway, let me just tell you, when I was in Antalya, like I said, I was staying in a local area, which I always do. You get better pricing when you stay in local areas. I got better pricing, but it was somewhat a difficult kind of process. But the owner of the apartment that I rented from is really awesome, amazing guy, German and Turkish. Really cool. So anyway, I would go to this local store 2 doors down from me, and grab just basic things, water, soap, whatever. And I used to have to get to the area where everything really is, places that I like to be, where I like to walk around, where I feel most comfortable, and where it feels more diverse for me is closer to the coast, where everything is a little bit more expensive, but where everybody is, where the walkability is so much better. So I was about 5 tram stops away. We'll talk about the tram and all that stuff too if you guys want to know. Even if you don't want to know, I think I should share it with you guys. So anyway, I noticed, things that I like to try to ignore, y'all. Things that I like to try to ignore, I noticed and I pick up on and I try to brush it off. Don't pay too much attention. What's up, Sanam Aziz? Tammy, I just flipped onto you, and oh my God, I the same way on my life. If a place is slow or no one is there before I leave, I swear. And my brother, we're like this, so I don't know if it's a Sag thing or what happens, but we'll look and we'll be like, boop, came at the right time. And it's, I swear, like, okay, anyway, it's a synergy thing. I believe it's all synergy. Okay, so anyway, I met this BIM. Y'all know, if you guys know me, you're Leo, fire sign, that magnetism. Can't nobody like that. People can't fight. They cannot. Anyway, I met this BIM, and I've been to this BIM probably 4 or 5 times. Whatever, I go at night, because it's 2 doors down. I can just grab things that I forget if I need a couple snacks, because whatever. I'll just go there and get it. And I don't speak Turkish. I know 4 words, and even when they say them, I don't know what they saying, because everybody say, like, when we speak English, what I sound like to them is what they sound like to me. Can you understand the words that's coming out of my mouth? Okay, so anyway, can you wish my brother Nick? It's me, Dre. So if you're gonna come on here and one second, let me delete some people. If you're coming on and being crude and rude, you get blocked immediately. No questions asked. I just block you. Let me just check and make sure I don't have any others. My block game is swiftly. Okay. So anyway, one of the things that I do, because I don't speak the language, is I always have my translator on. And so let me guys know if you can hear me okay. I can put my mic on. There's somebody in here on intercom, so let me know if you guys can hear me okay. Okay. So anyway, I always have my translator on. Thank you. Ordered these off of Amazon. I got 5 different colors, and they're reading glasses for when I wear my street contacts, but I need to read later. Hey Elle, what's up, Chica? Okay, so I go to this BIM, and like I said, I got my translator on because I'm trying to read the stuff that's in these packages, because I don't eat meat, and meat be and everything. They be having meat with pistachios and honey, so I just want to read it and see what's in it. And so I had it on, and sometimes if I'm in a place and people are laughing or whatever, like almost kind of smirking and laughing and that kind of thing, I do turn my conversational thingy on my translator, so I can try to just hear what's the conversation about. And sometimes, yes, I got my cappuccino. I had to go get it. They was like, man, they was like, come and get your own. And I was like, wait a minute, you took somebody else's food? I ain't gonna act up, because it's free to come in here and it's free Wi-Fi, and I can come in here and work. It's empty. Let me just show y'all for the latecomers. Let me just show y'all. This is the inside. They also have an outside. And There's books and stuff. It's like a whole little cute kid caboodle. It's attached to the mosque that's outside. If you guys saw my video, okay. I'm trying to stay on track. But I love you guys. I love when you guys chat with me, because I be talking to myself enough as it is. You know, it's nice to have other people to talk to, conversate with. I know that's not a word. It's a word in our culture. Okay, so I happened to be in the BIM, and it was evening time, so it was a little bit more crowded than usual, or it was getting crowded. So I was trying to get in and get out, and so I finally get up to the register, and as I'm checking out, like they're finishing up with me, this lady is yelling, and she's agitated about something. There's two lines, and she comes up to the line that I'm in, and she's waving her hands, and she's talking, and so I turn and look. Normally I ignore stuff like that, because I'm like, I don't know what you, because you ain't talking to me, because oh my God, Ireland. Wait a minute. Tammy, you're in Ireland? Don't play with my emotions, because I'm trying to get to Ireland and Scotland. I'm trying to find my people, my cousins. My great-grandmother is of Irish/Scottish descent. So I'm trying to find my people. Okay. You said Arkansas. What's Ireland? What's Arkansas? Okay, fill me in. All right, let me finish this story. Okay, so I had my jiggy on. I'm getting ready to pay. And sometimes because I'm trying to also understand like what their greetings are, because they say it differently than what's up, Korea in the building. Let me tell you how much I love South Korea. I went to South Korea last year. Never thought that I'd have a whole love affair with South Korea and Japan. Oh my God. We got Ireland. Yo, stop. Call me. I'm trying to get to Ireland. Okay, y'all. Okay. So anyway, like I said before, I normally ignore all this stuff. Like I see it, but I don't show that I see it. Or sometimes I do. Sometimes I'll be like, that's what we doing. That's what we doing. But I'm very mindful of where I am. I'm very mindful of my space, my place. That I'm solo, and I can't like just pop my earrings off in places. I gotta like reel it in and see what it is. And so my conversation was on, and she comes up to the line, and she's like going, and like everybody's looking at her. But what made it more like feel like press the conversation button is because even the guy at the register, and because there's only two lanes, and the lady at the register, they both looked at me, and then it was like everybody was kind of like, it was this awkward silence listening to her go on this rampage. And so of course it's only going to catch some things because it doesn't catch the dialect 100%, but it was somewhere along the lines of her having an issue with them servicing someone who wasn't local. I guess that would be me. Anyway, and to the point where she put her stuff down, stormed out, but when she walked out, she was with her husband and her two kids. I'm gonna tell you something. Y'all know I got a whole thing about like who really is like some of the fire starters, and it's usually women. Women usually have more of an issue than a lot of times men do, and people confirm this all the time. Anyway, it was enough because I was in, and she stormed out, and she's still kind of going and stuff, and I was like, I know I didn't do anything because I don't, or what. I mean, it was just one of those things, and I took it as a grain of salt. Maybe I just didn't understand what the deal was, and I probably didn't understand it. But when I encounter things like that, those are the types of things that what it did is it further validated my feelings of discomfort in that area and in that space, which I can have that anywhere. Like everywhere I go, I'm really mindful of where I am and being respectful and understanding that I am an outsider. I am in their space, and I am trying to respect wherever I am. Okay, so I'm not a person that walks up. I'm not a pompous person saying, "Okay, turn your mariachi music off," or "You have to do this and that." Yeah, I'm not one of them. I'm not one of those travelers that does that. But it just happened the way that, like, the language that it caught, which was so interesting, because I'm like, normally I can't even pick up on good things, but it picked up enough of it. And of course, and I looked at the lady at the register and I said, is there a problem? She understands enough. And she just kind of shook her head or whatever. Could be complete speculation, whatever the case may be. But the fact that she bumped into me, now first of all, I can't retaliate, but I was about to pop off. I got Vaseline. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I ain't got Vaseline. But the point being is that sometimes we go places, and even if we're on our most respectful behavior and all of that, some people just don't like our presence. I was in Colombia once, and I love Colombia. Colombia became another one of those love affairs that I just couldn't believe I was having. Like, I couldn't believe it. And we encountered something on a tour. Our tour guide was speaking in English. There were four of us, me, my brother, and two other people, and he was speaking excellent English. And I know a little bit of Spanish, but the Spanish I know from Spain and from Belize and from Mexico was different than Colombian. Y'all know the dialects are different. Anyway, I couldn't understand words that was coming out of their mouth, but I can understand gestures, I can understand energy. And there was this lady we were in a cable car, and she just was raving, just going on. And I'm looking at her and looking at her mannerisms, and I can pick up some of the words. She was so mad that he was speaking to us in English and that we couldn't speak the language. And he was saying to her, like, if you can understand, he was like, they're tourists. How are they going to learn a full language and be fluent if they're only here for a couple of days? So when he got finished, he kind of, whatever, we got off, and I said, was she upset that you were speaking English to us and that we weren't speaking Colombian Spanish? And he was like, wow, how'd you get that? I said, I don't speak the language, not well enough to speak back, but I understand it enough, and you can understand mannerisms and anger, because what else would she be angry about? Like, she didn't know this guy. And he was like, yeah, that was it. And he said, I had to explain to her, tourists come. And she was like, well, they shouldn't be here. He basically was sharing what she said. They shouldn't be here if they can't speak the language. And he said, he told her, but how would they learn the language that quickly? So let me ask you guys, for anybody who's in different countries, do you feel that people should not come and visit your country until they are full, language speakers, like they can comprehend and speak the language? I mean, I know that to me that it seems ludicrous. It's like that nobody would travel anywhere. Right, and we were with a tour guide as well in this particular case. Normally I walk around by myself. But it was, so I'm well versed enough, and I think because I've been traveling for the last 4 years to places, like in a year, I can be immersed in 10 different languages very easily. And so now even though I feel like I can't hear the language, I can pick up on things so much easier now, jumping from language to language. Like, I can pick up on things, I can sense things, right? So anyway, so let me see. I'm going to go back to the messages. Belfast is the best part of Ireland. You should definitely go. Thank you. I'm going to put that on my list. All right, let's delete a person. That is awful that people have such an issue. Your money is as good as theirs. It is. I get that. But I also understand what gentrification does, even when it's not intentful gentrification. And that's one of the things, like, I feel like, I'm trying to share with my BCG, Bridging Cultural Gaps, for both places that I go and for bringing this back home, is how we have to look at other countries. So how, like, I don't know where everybody is from, but in the United States right now, we are in an inflation crisis. We can't even afford to be there. Well, it's the same is true for other countries. So when we bring our almighty dollar that, I can't afford my, I don't want to afford my $3,000 a month, house, and what people are paying in New York is just crazy. I don't even know how they survive. It just don't even make no sense to me. But anyway, we could go to another country and live like gods and goddesses, but then that kicks other locals, like it completely destroys their economy, where they can't even like do a ferry ride. That's not true because they have different rates for so I kind of get that. And then I also understand that sometimes people feel like, well, why should non-local people, why should foreigners get low price housing? Like, why should we be in their neighborhoods? Why can't we stay over in the tourist area? They're not coming to our, like I sense that, and I get all of that. So I try to be respectful to those kinds of things. But I picked up on the aggressiveness, and I did not, it made me very uncomfortable with just being out and about, because you just never know how people feel. And because I was so far away, like I had to either get in a taxi or jump on the tram, which was really cheap. But being on the tram brought out so many nuances in the culture too. Do you like K-pop? You never know without the language barrier. Maybe she had an issue with you being served first. Some people expect. Listen, we're in a line. It's a grocery store, so there was like four of the people in front. I don't know what her issue was, but the only thing that was different is that I was not local. I wasn't local, and you could see that. I try to tell people I'm Turkish, but they be like, I said I am. Merhaba. Um, Energy or TD gut throw knowing energy, yeah, and body language. Like the Americans living in Mexico, they need to learn to listen. Well, so this is my thing. Like, so Margaret, hey Margaret, I was in Costa Rica last year as well, 2023 January, and Costa Rica is one of those places, starting to feel like what Turkey feels like, which is so weird because everybody was like, "Oh, Turkey's so inexpensive," and it being a Muslim country and stuff like that. And it's like I haven't had. That was the only thing, and I actually almost forgot about that. But Costa Rica, Mexico are inundated with North Americans. From the US and from Canada, quite a few from Canada. And the way that they've tried to change the neighborhoods in Mexico and Costa Rica is interesting. I was in Costa Rica and I went and stayed at this hotel that was listed on like booking.com. It was a hotel and apartments, and it was an expat apartment community. One person spoke to me. Like I walked by, I was sitting and waiting for them to like let me into the apartment. They all speak English. They're Canadian, but they also speak French. But I think most of them spoke English anyway. And I was like, hello, and not one person would even give me the time of day to say hello. And whereas this guy who owned some of the apartments came and he sat down, and then he just started talking to me, and I was like, yeah, that was very nice. I didn't stay. I ended up going and renting from a Polish lady. Polish or Russian, one of the two. She was fantastic. Sometimes North Americans just drive me crazy. Anyway. I have had same experience in Paris as the information desk at the train service. They're supposed to help you, but she was disgusted I did not speak French. Listen, when I went to Paris my first time in 2009, I want to say 2009. I think it was 2009. I had a great experience. I was running for the train. I was late. I was going to miss my flight, everything, and I got to the counter. Nobody was there. Nobody was checking in, going through baggage. I thought that was really interesting. My flight was at like 1:30. Anyway, I go through, and the two guys in there, and they were like French, and I was like no, and they were like Spanish or Italian, and I was like and they said only English, and I was like, I was like, I need to learn a language. That was 2009, y'all. I could speak like I could speak like bits and pieces of so many different languages now. I never really learned one, and I really want that is my secret unlock that I want. I want to be able to just click a button and boom, I can speak and comprehend any language in any country. Like that's my matrix that I want right there. I live in the Republic of Ireland. It's stunning here. Eliza, that is so awesome. Um, Let me just clean up. Oop, oop. Oops, I think I deleted the wrong message. Sorry, y'all trying to clean up these messages. I live in America and can't speak English, but as a native to any country should be hospitable to the guests. Facts, we are starting to suffer in the U.S. And let me just say, we should be hospitable to our guests, and the guests should be hospitable to the locals. And I've seen in my many days of traveling where people, wherever they're from, not even just the U.S., I see it with Europeans, I see it with Australians, and I want to talk about that too. Culturally, what we think is rude in other places is not considered rude. It's just how they are. Like, I've talked about this in a number of different places, like when I was in South America, different things that, like, we're just reared culturally different around the globe. And this is one of the reasons why traveling is so critical, because you will find out that what you think might not be accurate, which is why I was giving so much grace to this experience that I had, because I was like, well, maybe my anyway. What's up, Jangle? I love that you have Irish ancestry and Scottish. Yes, I'm trying to find my cousins, so I'm gonna go and find my cousins. I was gonna go when I left Cabo Verde in February, but it's too cold. Like, it's too cold here for me now. It's not bad, but it's cold. Anyway, all right, so let me get back. So, all right, so that happened. I moved back to the downtown area instead of renting this place out for 3 months, which is what I wanted to do. Like, I wanted to get an apartment and sit in it for 3 months and kind of just leave my things and be able to move around from there. And then the amount that I was paying, then the fact that I had to, it wasn't that it was high, it was that it was very inconvenient. They have, I'm going to give some tips about things that you should know about just Turkey as a whole, like ATMs, different things like that. And we're going to talk about accommodations before I get off here today, which is where I started, but I want to get back to that. And then talk about, Eliza, you had a couple questions specifically that you were asking me. But I wanted to be able to move around because, Turkey is huge. It is beautiful. First of all, Antalya just threw me for a loop. Like, I thought it was going to be just this coastal city that was overpriced with lots of tourists. And the only reason I really went was because of the temperature. I didn't think I was going to really like it. I knew it was going to probably be a little bit more expensive, but I knew it was off season, so I'd get a little bit of a break there. Y'all, I got to Antalya. I loved it. Like, I would go back right now. I would spend the rest of my last month and a half in Antalya or one of those coastal cities. Like, I may go to Fethiye or Bodrum or something like that. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, these group goes. Listen, I'm always going to be a minority in terms of, like, where I come from in any place. So I like when people are like, yeah, but there's not very many expats or not very many Americans. And I'm like, that's fine. There never are. There never are. I'm okay with that because I learned so much. I learned so much from other cultures, and it gives people an opportunity to see maybe some of us in a different light, and learn that we have something to offer. I totally agree with you about travel and broadening our minds. Yes, that's what travel is. Travel is, to me, the best educator that you can ever find. I'm in the library. I could pick up a book. I mean, I can't read this, but I mean, I could pick up a book. All the stuff that they teach us in school is in books. So I could pick that stuff up. But learning cultures, learning about people, learning about behaviors, learning about what other people learn or hear or see, and having an opportunity to say, okay, that is accurate or it's not accurate, or hey, here's a take. You can only get that. You can only get that, I feel like, when you travel. All right, so, okay, it should be more doable to be able to experience the different cultures, countries, and our growth to understand everything. Yes, 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 it should be. And that's another thing that I picked up when I was here too, talking to a lot of young people who want to travel, a lot of people, most people who live in the countries that they live in want to leave many times. And just understanding how difficult it is for some people to move around is just, I mean, it makes you respect things and respect what you have so much more. Like I understand the privileges that I have, or not even say privileges, my advantages, because I know people hate the word privilege. The advantages I have of having the blue passport. Sometimes it's a disadvantage because I'm be telling people right out the gate, you know, whenever I see a book that looks like it's in English, I pick it up. Discovering the Ottomans. Ooh, we got a book. Okay, anyway. So that was one incident in Antalya. Other than that, everything was fine. I mean, the stairs and all of that stuff, it is what it is. I'm going to get that pretty much anywhere I go. So that was one thing. Kind of blew it off, but it also dictates where I'm going to stay, because if I'm not comfortable, I like to walk everywhere. So if I can't go out and comfortably walk around in a space, like there was very limited walkability, like I could walk across the street to the mall or I could walk to the coffee shop, but I wasn't gonna get my steps in like that, which means I always had to get on the tram or walk the 45 minutes, which was not necessarily a nice first 25 minutes to get to the part where people are more accepting, right? Everybody's cool, but just because people are cool doesn't mean that they're accepting. Right, there's a difference. And so, and no disrespect, that's their house. I'm in their house. And so, you know, I understand. So anyway, that was that. Then I flew to Izmir, because I wanted to start moving around and exploring and this, that. So I went to Izmir, and Izmir threw me for a loop. I can't express how much looking at a map and actually really just regurgitating and like letting the map soak into your brain is like so critical and so important, because let me tell you how much like I just conceptually didn't understand. So I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of a geography lesson here, that Turkey is 2 parts and it's huge. So I don't know if you guys know that Budapest is 2 cities basically. It's Buda and Pest. It's Pesh. That's what everybody says. We say Budapest because that's how it's spelled, but it's Pesh, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, that's how I'm gonna say it, because that's how Black Widow say it. Yes, I'm a Marvel geek. I'm a Marvel geek. Eliza, how do you fund your trips, and how long do you plan to travel for? Eliza, I can answer that one really quick. Eliza, I've been out here for 4 years. I am full-time on the road. I do not really live in the States. I'm done. I live abroad, so I'm gonna do it as I'm looking for my new home base abroad, which I always knew I would do since I was in my 20s, and I am a balmy 52. So anyway, what was I saying? Okay, so yeah, so take the map, right? And so Budapest, we know, 2 different cities, you connect by a bridge. Well, did y'all know that Turkey is the same? So everybody kept saying, make sure you stay on the Europe side. And I was like, what do you mean by that? They were like, oh, there's 2 sides. There's a bridge that you gotta go across. And I was like, shut the front door. So literally, it's separated. And then there's the Black Sea up there. And then on the other side of the Black Sea, you've got some stands in Georgia and Ukraine and Bulgaria and I think in Greece, of course. So, you know, all of that. But what's this country I'm in? Turkey itself. There's a little river thingy that it's big, that passes through to get you to the Black Sea, that takes you to the other places, but then also like whips you out through the islands, the Turkish and Greek islands that get you to the Aegean Sea, and then further on the Mediterranean, so on and so forth. And so, yeah, there's like basically two cities. So I haven't really been just to pass through the Asian side, and I don't really know what the difference is that people say it's more conservative over there. Okay, there's a lot of noise going on here. Let me know if you ever get to a point where you can't hear me. And so, yeah, so boom, I'm on the European side. I also know that I'm in the touristy area. I'm in Taksim, I think that's how they say it. And I'm, staying in different places. I just got another hotel. So this is where I am right now with the, is it a scam or accommodations? Scammy type thing. So right now is considered, for Europe, the beginning of summer season all over Europe. So if you thought prices were high, they're getting higher. Okay. Why I may end up back in the Balkans in Albania, Montenegro area, before I head back to my next place. Anyway, so couple things of note about accommodations here that I even noticed in Antalya. You guys can go on Booking, Agoda. Booking is hard when you're here in the country because apparently they really don't use Booking, and you can kind of see that with the type of accommodations that they have. I'm using like 5 or 6 different accommodations or platforms to find accommodations, which is just really interesting. That it's extremely difficult to find things online, right? If you're coming and you're staying for 4 or 5 days, it's an oyster. $50 a night, $35 a night, and not so much. But $50 a night, you're in like really top luxurious places. But $50 a night for 3 months, y'all do the math. That's $1,500 pre-tax per month in a hotel. For me, that's a no. That's a no. So I need an apartment. And then this is where it starts to get a little sketchy. The hotels start to get a little sketchy and yada yada. So basically what I was finding is when I was looking in the platforms, I was on Agoda, which I use the most here. It's like the one that works the best. Expedia is iffy. I get a lot different properties on Expedia. Skyscanner is one of their highlights. Hotels.com, so Airbnb, that's like 5 or 6, right? One of the things I have never seen, except one other place I was recently, so many accommodations where if it's a 5-star system, things under 3 stars, 2.3 rating, not the star. So the stars will be, they put the 3 stars or 2 stars, but the ratings itself, like 2.33, Airbnb 3.18. That's horrible. That's horrible, right? Hotels, $50, $60, $70 a night, which I think is expensive, but I think it's because I'm a long-term traveler and I need to, I'm looking for places for at least a month, right? But these places are like 5.8, 6.1 on a 10-point scale. And so you go and you just look at the photos. They don't bother to take decent photos. They're hazy. They're not clear. These places look like literally in one day, so many more places have popped up. And I think it's because summer season is kicking in. Check out my video I just posted, just kind of showing transfers from the airport and how many people, I'm sitting at this cafe and it was bus after bus after bus dropping off people from the airport. So it is filling up. The guy even told me at the hotel night, he's like, hey, if you're going to stay extra night, you need to let me know because we are booking up really fast. Anyway, So, um, some of the places that I have been looking at, I'm looking at even hostels. And the reason I'm looking at hostels is if they have a private room with kitchen facilities. I don't need a kitchen in my room, in my apartment necessarily. I just want a nice room with a private bathroom. In countries that you can't flush toilet paper, I don't share bathrooms unless I know you personally. I don't share bathrooms, and that's just because no ma'am and no sir. I've had experiences, and that's the reason for that. Like I've had experience sharing bathroom in Colombia in a place, and it was just, oh my god. Anyway, and when I went to Singapore, I had a hostile experience that was just like, yeah, nope, not for me. But then I had another experience that was great. But what I'm finding is like what I would pay, say for example, in the U.S. Like even when I go to the U.S., I don't even want to pay, like my max is 70, 79 a night, and that's in an extended hotel, so it's a lot of space. You got TV, you got a refrigerator. Sometimes you even have like a cooktop or at least a kitchen kind of area or whatever. But they're clean hotels, at least medium, you know, level hotels. They're not like rock bottom, hotels. Whereas here it's like anything, and it's anywhere. I know it is anywhere, but I was so surprised. I was expecting there to be an abundance of options, housing options, and things like that. But what I did find is this, and this is the part where you guys take this little note. When you get here, so online, you will see a lot of stuff, but you won't necessarily see things that necessarily catch your eye. There is a boutique hotel every single door. They build up. So first of all, a lot of places don't have an elevator. They have, I'm telling you, when I say spirally winding staircase, and your feet can't be bigger than a 6. I'm in a 10 women's, which is an 8 men's, and my feet don't fit on the steps. I'm lying, they do, but it's rough. I have my big backpack and my rolling bag, and it's a little tough in some places, so you do need to know that type of thing. But there is, like, I happened on a hotel down the side street because I like to be close enough but far enough away that I don't have to hear a whole lot of the shenanigans at night. I walked out, there's a hotel literally the next wall over. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 more on the same side of the street going up this what looks like an alley. It's not, it's a real street. Some of them they barricade all this stuff. So that's one of the things that I have found here is that the accommodations are in excess. There's tons and tons of hotels, but you almost wouldn't really know it because many of them I don't think list, even the nicer ones, don't really list on all of the sites. And I know I'm not on all of the sites, but that's why I use Skyscanner and Hotels.com and Expedia and all of those too, because then they find different places that you wouldn't see. But one of my best tools, and this is information for you guys, is to use Google Maps to search for anything. So type in hotels, and Google Maps will give you every hotel that actually has a listing on the Google service. And then you can click on it and see if they use any of the sources, any of the platforms, or if they have a direct site. So I booked my hotel for 35 euro the other day, because I'm going to tell you the story that happened to me with the accommodation. So I'm getting back to it, y'all. I know I'm long-winded. Stay with me. I'm a little nasally too, sorry. So I ended up finding a place. I used Agoda or Booking. After I had a little debacle yesterday, which I'm going to share with you, the accommodation story that I heard and how it came to fruition. I ended up finding this place, booked it, and like in 2 minutes was like, I'm on my way. Went and checked in. The room was good enough. There's some little issues here and there, but I can deal with it for the next few days while I figure things out. Went back downstairs and said, hey, is the room available? Can I extend? And he was like, how many nights do you want? I said, well, how many are available? And he's like, at least 2 more. And I said, okay, well, give me those 2 nights. And he said, I'm going to give you the special. And I was like, well, what's the special? So sometimes this is one of the things I even experienced in Thailand, in Phuket. I was paying $15 a day for not a big apartment, but a studio apartment, kitchen, everything, apartment hotel with servicing every day. $15 a day. 12 or 13 if I paid cash at the front desk. Actually, they gave me the same price for using my credit card in Phuket, y'all, in Phuket, in the heart of the summer season. Anyway, hey, Russia is in the building. I'm just cleaning up some stuff, you guys. Okay, so he was like, I'll get it to you for 30. So he gave me like $4 or $5 off, right? So $10 off for 2 more days. So I booked it right away. But let me tell you why I even had to do that. So I just lost $225. Hopefully I will receive that some other way. Oh my God, I didn't even notice this, you guys. How beautiful is that? Okay, so anyway, let me explain to you how I lost $225. And maybe I should start another video about that. Yeah, I think I might, because I've been talking for this long time. So, I don't know how I want to do that because we're already over an hour. So I'm going to end this video, you guys, and I'm going to start another one because of the algorithm that when you create really long videos, people don't stay and watch anyway. And I need you guys to watch because I need my watch hours. Anyway, so if you're there, jump back on because I'm going to do another live. So I can start with where I was supposed to start in the beginning, telling you about the accommodation situation, which is grouped in this scam that we should watch out for, that I actually just saw on a couple of other videos, literally, or I just read a lady for this apartment I was looking at. She literally just described in her review exactly what I experienced yesterday. So anyway, stick with me, you guys. I'm gonna come right back. I appreciate you guys. I'm gonna sign off here and jump on again. Okay? Toodles and noodles, peace and hair grease. Say hi again.